Have you ever gone days without real conversation and felt your mind slowly slipping into silence? That's not your imagination. It's your brain reacting to isolation. Today on Sleep Curiouz, we'll explore what happens when your world goes quiet and how science reveals a way back to connection, calm, and balance. We're wired for connection. Every glance, every shared laugh, every touch triggers a cascade of neurochemicals: oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, the feel-good orchestra that keeps your brain alive and alert. But when isolation creeps in, when days blur into quiet monotony, the brain's reward system dims. Regions like the prefrontal cortex and amygdala start to drift out of sync. You think slower. You dream darker. And sometimes you even begin to hallucinate company, a trick of the mind to fill the social void. A 2020 study from MIT revealed something chilling. After just a few hours of isolation, the same brain areas that crave food begin to crave social contact. In other words, your brain hungers for people. Functional MRI scans show that chronic loneliness rewires the brain's default network, the part responsible for introspection and imagination. This network becomes overactive, looping in self-talk and rumination. That's why isolation often leads to anxiety, insomnia, and distorted time perception. You start reliving old memories instead of creating new ones. Dreams become longer, stranger, and sometimes your sleeping mind becomes your only company. During sleep, the brain tries to process the absence. It replays faces, voices, and moments that once felt real. That's why in times of loneliness, dreams often feel too real. Here's the fascinating part. The same neurotransmitters that regulate social bonding also shape the depth and rhythm of your sleep. When you feel emotionally connected, your parasympathetic system activates, slowing your heart, deepening your breaths, and promoting restorative, slow-wave sleep. But prolonged isolation disrupts this balance. Your cortisol, the stress hormone, spikes. Melatonin production drops. You fall asleep later, wake up sooner, and drift between shallow cycles. It's not just sadness, it's biochemical turbulence. Yet, there's a silver lining. The brain is astonishingly plastic. It can heal, reconnect, and resynchronize when you introduce even small doses of human warmth. Neuroscientists call this social homeostasis. Just as your body regulates temperature, your brain regulates connection. Simple acts, talking to a friend, video calling family, smiling at a stranger, trigger the release of oxytocin and endorphins that reset the system. Studies from the University of Chicago found that even digital socialization, genuine conversations online, not passive scrolling, can reduce loneliness-related inflammation markers by up to 30%. So, if you've been isolated for too long, start small. Write, call, step outside. Your neurons remember what connection feels like. They're waiting to reignite. Here's a sleep curious insight you'll love. Your dreams can become your bridge back to connection. When the waking world grows distant, the dreaming mind compensates by simulating social experiences. Researchers call them social dreams. Your subconscious creates interactions, dialogue, even affection to keep emotional circuits active. In these moments, dreams act like therapy. They remind your brain what belonging feels like. So when you finally reconnect in waking life, you feel familiar warmth instead of fear. You can accelerate healing through intentional sleep hygiene. Keep consistent sleep hours. Stability calms the limbic system. Limit doom scrolling before bed. Your mind absorbs that anxiety. Journal one positive social interaction daily. Your brain encodes gratitude. Listen to gentle, human-voiced content before sleep. It re-anchors emotional rhythm. These micro-rituals retrain your brain to associate rest with safety, not solitude. Loneliness doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain is reminding you that connection is vital. Even in silence, your mind is reaching for warmth. So tonight, as you drift to sleep, remember, your dreams aren't random. They're your brain's way of keeping you alive and connected to the world that loves you back. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it too. And remember, you're never truly alone, because somewhere another dreamer is listening to Sleep Curious.